And see you there. I'm here in my car with my lovely wife. See, I'm not driving. This is not super dangerous. You may hear her instructions down there. We're headed out to my friend Rick Rubin's house to do some sauna and ice after that Joe Rogan podcast. And I thought I'd hop on real quick and answer any questions that you guys had after the Joe Rogan show. So what questions do you have? I don't know how many of you saw it, and I'll just fill you in. It's pretty casual. You know, Joe's got a great personality, a wonderful studio. We've got a police officer swerving over the road in front of us. He's not swerving, baby. He's slowing down traffic.
They do
that when there's been an accident.
I know. I'm just
yeah.
Never seen that.
Police officer up there slowing everybody down, warning everybody. Anyways, so what questions do you guys have about the show? I've got all the show resources kind of slowly being built right now. You can look at them in the description for this particular live video that you're watching right now. Anyways, we covered a lot about fasting and ketosis. We talked a lot about cooking and meat and steak. We talked a lot about the carnivorous diet. We covered a lot of stuff. And ultimately, I figured you all might have some questions about some of the things that we talked about. So, leave your questions as I'm talking here. Otherwise, I'm just going to talk like a fool for the next few minutes and then shut the phone off and help my wife navigate through LA traffic. So, anyways, the show it was kind of short. Joe had some kids to go pick up, but the show lasted a couple of hours. And I freaked him out a little bit because I was a little tired from not a lot of sleep last night and a late dinner out last night. And so I took some black ant extract prior to the show because that's what happened to be in my pockets. And he saw me taking that and was asking me about what it was. And so a little meme or a joke throughout the show wound up being talking about black ant extract. I also wound up talking a little bit about my own kind of morning routine, my 1-2-3 fat loss combo, why it's better to work out in the evening than in the morning for a hard workout. Talked a little bit about plant foraging and talked about how some things in nature give you clues as to what they do in the body. We talked a little bit about Dr. Thomas Cowan's work on how the heart is not a pump. And Joe seemed very, very critical of that idea and said he was not going to read the book, Why Your Heart Is Not a Pump, which I think is a great book, by the way, and you should read it because it actually is really, really good when it comes to an explanation of why people truly get heart attacks. We talked about the sleep article that I just wrote this morning over at bengreenfeldfitness.com and about how just a strict 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night might be a little bit too simplistic for a lot of folks. And we discussed a little bit in the realm of supplementation and longevity and some of the things that you could take to improve your own endogenous stem cells. And then Joe almost puked because we pulled up my stem cell surgery video and he thought that was just the nastiest display of blood and guts in there and didn't like all the needles going up and down my spine. And yeah, so that was how it went. A couple of questions from you guys. Then we just wrapped up and Joe, I think he took off to go pick up his kids. My wife grabbed me, and we're off to Malibu. So, there you have it. Dale says, are the 3 minutes in a cryo spa effective for cold exposure in weight loss? Yeah, I mean, it's not as good as shivering for 20 or 30 or 40 minutes as some of my interviews with the guy who runs the website coolfatburner.com has pointed out, but it can be somewhat efficacious. So yeah, I mean, mostly you're getting that short-term metabolic effects that amps up your metabolism for a longer period of time afterwards, Dale. The video from the Joe Rogan show you can see at youtube.com/powerfuljre. Huge request for you. Go over there and give it some thumbs up, right? A lot of times they'll rank a guest based on the number of thumbs up that the YouTube video receives. So give it a thumbs up. Aaron says, should I be worried about TMAO from meat? Aaron, no. If you're taking care of your microbiome, you're eating a lot of dark leafy greens, you're limiting the carcinogens that you get from cooking the meat, you don't need to worry about the TMAO in meat. If you are taking care of other parameters. Or if you're eating an excessive amount of meat, some of that sugar may be an issue, but ultimately that appears more to be related to poor microbiome than to the meat itself. Brandon, does BHB work for helping with energy during keto? Yeah, Brandon, BHB is a ketone. So yeah, absolutely. That's what it does. Helps a lot with that. Beta hydroxybutyrate salt is what BHB is, for those of you wondering what BHB means. In the description for this video, I will be adding slowly throughout the course of the day all the resources for everything Joe and I talked about, if you're trying to get or grab any of those. Oh, looks like the police officer has finally stopped swerving all over the road. He's letting us drive again. All right. I don't know what he was up to. I think he was drunk, babe. Could have just been a drunk police officer. Also, I'm hungry because I didn't eat that much today. Sometimes I find I get a little bit more cognitively sparked when I'm semi-fasting, so I'm going off a handful of nuts and a little bit of coffee with some superfoods in it. So I'm going to eat a little bit here. Luke says, when's your favorite time to supplement CBD oil? Without a doubt, Luke, before bed. Before bed, I'll use a CBD oil, and a lot of it, like 30 to 40 milligrams, or I'll take a few hits off a CBD vape. That's generally what I'll do as far as CBD is concerned. So, anyways, I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Go to youtube.com/powerfuljre. Leave the video a big old fat thumbs up, and I'm sure there's lots of trolls over there leaving a big old fat thumbs down, as they always do. So, help a brother out, show some love, and you can go to the resources page, which I'll be completing. The Ty Lopez podcast to answer Billy's question. I don't know when Ty's going to push that out. I would say at some point in the next week. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. I love you. Peace out.